everyone, it's Cleophia again and welcome to Crafting Shed. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this evening vest. I would layer this over a black dress, but there are many different ways to style this. I use size 1 super fine yarn and it has this silver ply, so the piece has this glimmer look. The crochet pattern is a square mesh, which is super easy to do and super quick. This vest has 2 panels of exactly the same pattern, which goes to the left and the right. Sew into one piece at the center and it's done. This is the side view of the piece. And the back view. The back is longer than the front, but you can adjust this to your own preference. Now, let's get started. For the materials, I use this Summer Nights yarn by Lion brand. This is size 1 super fine yarn. This is 875 yards in Wildflowers color, but I only use half of this. For the crochet hook, I use a size F 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. I also needed a pair of scissors, blunt needle, markers, and tape measure. Let's start with a knot and chain 252. And this is now 252 chains. Next is foundation row. So single crochet in second chain from hook, 1, 2, single crochet in this chain, single crochet in the next chain, and in each chain across. So single crochet in the next chain, and in the next chain. So repeat this pattern, single crochet in each chain. I'll be back when I'm done with my foundation row. And this is now what my foundation row looks like. Row 1, chain 2, turn, skip the first stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch right here. Double crochet in the next stitch, and in each stitch across. So for this row, just a simple row of double crochet in each stitch. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back when I'm towards the end of the row. I'm here now towards the end of the row, so just continue with the pattern, double crochet in the next stitch, and then the next stitch right here, and then end with a double crochet in the last stitch right here. So this is how to end row 1, and this is what row 1 looks like. So just a simple row of double crochet in each stitch. Row 2, chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Turn. And we're going to skip 4 stitches, starting with the first right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and treble crochet in the next stitch right here. So to treble crochet, yarn over twice, 1, 2, insert in that stitch, so skip 4, and in this stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops to do our treble crochet. And we just did our first square. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 4 stitches again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the next stitch, repeat the pattern, treble crochet in that stitch. So yeah, this is our treble crochet. And we just did our second square. Chain 5, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat the pattern treble crochet in the next stitch. Chain 5, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat the pattern treble crochet. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. I'm here now towards the end of the row, so just continue. Chain 5, our next square, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and treble crochet in the next stitch. Then to do our last square, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and treble crochet, skip all the stitches and treble crochet in the last stitch. So this is how to end row 2, and this is what row 2 looks like. So just a simple row of squares or a mesh of squares. Row 3, chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, turn, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch. So yarn over twice. So this is our next treble crochet. So treble crochet in this stitch to do our first square in the next row. So it would look like this. Then chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat the pattern treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch, which is right here, to do our next square. Then chain 5 and repeat the pattern treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. I'm here now towards the end of the row, so just continue with the pattern. From here I'm going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch right here. Then to do our last square, chain 5, then treble crochet on the 5th chain of the beginning chain 10. So 5th chain is about right here. So treble crochet in this chain to do our last square and to end row 3. So this is how to end row 3, and this is what row 3 looks like. Rows 4 to 7, just repeat row 3. So 4 more rows of squares. So I'm going to continue my work. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back when I'm done with row 7. And this is now what the piece looks like after row 7. So it's a long strip of rectangle, so because this goes from front to back. Starting in the next row, I'm going to decrease the row by 1 square in both sides. So to decrease the row, from here, I'm going to slip stitch. So decrease it by 1 square here. So I'm going to slip stitch all the way to the next square. And here in the last row, I'm going to shorten it by 1 square also. So by 1 square, this one, and going to stop the row right here. And that's what I'm going to show next, which is row 8. Row 8. So chain 1, turn, slip stitch in the first stitch right here. And then we're going to slip stitch in each of these stitches right here, chains. So slip stitch here. until we get to the next treble crochet, or the start of the first or the next square. So slip stitch in each chain, because as I said, we're going to shorten the row, so we're going to skip this first square, or shorten by one square. So slip stitch until here in the first treble crochet, and it would look like this. Then we can start our first square right here. So chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch right here. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch. Repeat the pattern, chain 5, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch. So basically just a repeat of row 3 again. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. And I'm here now towards the end of the row. So to continue, I'm going to stop here to shorten the row by one square. So this one will be skipped. So chain 5 and treble crochet in this next treble crochet stitch. And this would be the end of row 8. So this is how to end row 8, and this is what row 8 looks like. So shorten by one square on the left side, and then here on the right side at the end of the row or the beginning of the row, it's also shortened by one square. Row 9, chain 10. So row 9 will have the same length as row 8. So chain 10, turn, treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch right here. This will be our first square. So same length as row 8. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch to do our next square. Repeat the pattern, chain 5 and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch. Repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. And I'm here now towards the end of the row. So to continue to do our last square, chain 5 and treble crochet in the 5th chain of the beginning chain 10. So 5th chain would be somewhere here. So treble crochet in this chain to do our last square and to end row 9. So this is how to end row 9, and this is what row 9 looks like. So row 8 and 9 has the same length. So if we get to the other side, so it starts with the same length also. So both sides have same length, so decrease by one square. Rows 10 to 31, repeat rows 8 and 9. So basically, every 2 rows, we're going to decrease it by one square. Right here, on the left side, and on the right side. So both sides will be decreased by one square every 2 rows. So I'm going to continue my work. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back when I'm done with row 31. And this is now what the piece looks like after row 31. showing you the close-up. This is the first row, started with double crochet right here, and then here we begin with our mesh pattern. The first 6 rows is the same, and then gradually decreasing it like this, and same here on the side. So the piece would look like the half of a hexagon. Next, I'm going to fold the piece in half. So from here on the right side, so just fold it like this, and it would look like this. So lay it with double crochet in vertical like this. This will be the armhole right here. And this would be our first panel. Crochet another panel of exactly the same pattern. It would go to the right side. And here are now my 2 panels of exactly the same pattern. So lay it side by side next to each other like this, with the row of double crochets facing each other like this. So open the front like this, both sides. And then here at the top where we fold it, right here, measure about 1 inch from the top. So from here, about 1 inch, and put a marker like this. So from the marker right here, we're going to stitch them together using whip stitch. So from here, close them together, stitch them together, or sew them together to close the back all the way down to the bottom right here. Then for the front, you have the option to just leave it open like this. So the front is open for the vest. But for mine, I'm going to close it and then measure about 8 inches from the top. So measure about 8 inches here and put a marker, because I want mine close in the front. So from the marker, stitch them to go together, stitch the edges, 2 edges together to close the front from the marker all the way down to the bottom. And this is now what the piece looks like after it's stitched together at the center here in the front and the back. So the front, so this is what it looks like. I use whip stitch to close them or sew them together. And the back, let me open it. So the back is also closed all the way down. So for the arms, I just leave it open. I didn't stitch them together, but it's up. You have the option to close or sew them together. And at this point, we're done. Weave the ends, clean up the tails, and we're done. And this is now what the piece looks like, all cleaned up and all done. For the measurements, from the top, the length is about 23 inches, top to bottom. And from the center to the end of the sleeves is about 19 inches. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video, and please subscribe.